Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
This is not your normal newscast. Welcome to the KSAT 12 News at 6. This is the Know My Neighborhood edition. We are coming to you live from Tacos El Rey on the west side in the heart of the Westwood Square neighborhood.
Our entire show will be broadcast from right here in Westwood Square. You can still expect the latest news and headlines, and yes, we have a live audience. We're going to bring you all of that, plus the qualities, the characteristics, the challenges, and the people of Westwood Square. It's a unique chance for us to highlight a key historic neighborhood in San Antonio, and this is the first of many in our Know My Neighborhood series.
Yeah, and don't worry, this is a pop-up newscast. We will still have Adam Caskey. We will still have Larry Ramirez with sports. But this is what we believe local news could and should be. We are giving local neighborhoods a voice. And what we found as we have ventured into this project is that no matter what part of San Antonio you call home, there is more that unites us than divides us. Take a look.
There's a lot of beautiful people out here that call this home.
Oh, I love it. Been here forever. I'll probably die here.
Our neighbors keep an eye on our houses, and they make sure that we're safe.
There's a lot of traffic and going all over the place.
The street remains very dangerous to cross.
Kind of a food desert, you know. That's the other thing.
There's really not a lot of grocery stores.
Break-ins, burglaries, a lot of gun violence too.
It's changing for the better.
There's a very strong family commitment within this community. The moment that you're involved with a player, you get introduced to their entire family.
Is one of the strengths of Westwood Square the people who live here?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Coming up in this show, you will hear more from the people who live and work in Westwood Square, who call it home, about their hopes for the future, the challenges that they face, the concerns they have about their neighborhood, but also the rich history that runs so deep in this part of San Antonio that too often feels forgotten.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city, and there is a sense of feeling forgotten. We're going to talk more about Westwood Square coming up, but let's get to some of the news of the day right now.
In court today, a Tejano Music Award is being rescinded, a major award from a singer because of public backlash.
Joe Lopez was set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award on Saturday. The Grammy-nominated singer co-founded popular group Grupo Mas. Lopez, also a registered sex offender. A judge convicted Lopez for raping an underage family member.
He was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Lopez was released in 2018 after serving 12 of those years and relaunched his music career. Despite his accomplishments, some of the Tejano music community disagree with Lopez being given such a prestigious award.
We should not be celebrating, commemorating, or giving accolades to people who committed these types of crimes.
The Texas Talent Musicians Association Vice President says this was a hard decision, but the right thing to do.
A capital murder case that we told you about earlier in the week has reached a close because of a plea deal that was accepted. Noah McGarry was charged with fatally shooting a 20-year-old back in 2021. He has pleaded guilty in exchange for a 35-year prison sentence. Erica Hernandez was in court today as that sentence was handed down and shares the emotional speech from the victim's family.
Mama, I'll never hear that.
Antonia Morena is still grieving the loss of her son, Hector Chavera. On March 5th, 2021, he was fatally shot at an apartment complex near Fair Oaks Ranch. Noah McGarry was arrested and charged with capital murder. More than 2 years later, after 226 Judge Velia Mesa ordered movement in the case, a plea deal was agreed on.
I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I'm going to find you guilty of murder. I'm going to assess your punishment at 35 years confinement.
After that 35-year sentence was handed down to McGarry, Chavez's mother and cousin gave victim impact statements, and there wasn't a dry eye in the courtroom.
Hector wasn't perfect by any means, but he had a heart of gold. I fought long and hard, and I've asked God and I prayed upon it. And vengeance does not belong to me. It belongs to the Lord.
And then she left McGarry with these last words before he was walked out to serve his time.
And if you should have a chance to do something different, I suggest you try. God bless you. May God have mercy on you.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
83 degrees, our high temperature today. A lot of sunshine out there right now, and we still have a lack of humidity in the air. That'll change for just a few hours tomorrow morning, but that's nothing to worry about. Let's talk about our morning temperatures today. 50 degrees for our morning low. That's 10 degrees below average. We're on the way upward. So we had widespread 40s in outlying areas earlier today. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start the day closer to 60 degrees, 59 in San Antonio. And notice that morning temperature trend is on the way back up. Not as fall-like in the days ahead, with morning temperatures upper 60s to near 70 by early next week. So warmer temperatures and some record-breaking highs to talk about, along with rain chances in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. Now to the latest on the war in Israel. Egypt will start delivering small quantities of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip a day after a massive blast killed hundreds at a Gaza City hospital. It is the first crack in Gaza's border after Israel sealed it following the Hamas surprise attacks. Hamas officials quick to blame Israel for that hospital blast, but IDF, Israeli Defense Force officials, and President Biden agree the explosion actually came from a misfired militant rocket from inside Gaza's borders. A Palestinian student who is living in San Antonio actually talked to KSAT today. For him, this is a very difficult time. He has connections inside of Gaza, but he is condemning violence against pedestrians, against civilians on both sides of this war. We actually talked to Khalid Yassin. He showed us these images that his friend in Gaza sent him 2 days ago. He hasn't heard from him since. Khalid told us while he's thankful to be safe here in San Antonio, he feels helpless for the people living in Gaza.
We go to school, everything's normal, but like people that you know and people that you speak your language and people that share the same culture are not. So it makes us feel like, guilty and depressed.
As we said, the president is in Tel Aviv tonight. He will address the nation tomorrow evening from the Oval Office about the U.S. response to the Hamas terrorist attacks against Israel, as well as provide an update on Russia's war against Ukraine.
At home, a man was grazed by bullets and 2 vehicles also shot in an overnight drive-by that happened this morning. This happened at an East Side home just after 1:30 a.m. in the 500 block of Corliss Street. Police say a 64-year-old man was getting out of his car to go inside his house when a car drove up and someone opened fire. A bullet grazed that man's hand and 2 nearby cars were also hit. He was treated for his injuries at the scene, and SAPD has not released any suspect information or information about a car involved.
A man in his 40s in critical condition after an early morning shooting happened at a complex in the 100 block of DeChantel Road on the city's northwest side. Police tell us the victim was on a patio in front of the apartment complex when a dark-colored car pulled up, said something to the victim, then shot him. That suspect and car have not been found, and at last check, that victim is at University Hospital in critical condition.
Crews responding to a mock emergency today. Pieces of a 737 airplane scattered all across a field at San Antonio International Airport.
Yeah, it was not a real emergency, but a simulated one that is meant to help local emergency officials. Our Max Massey with this simulated chaos.
Flames going up from this mock plane, smoke filling the air, and first responders rushing to the scene. It's all part of an effort at the San Antonio International Airport, making sure first responders are ready for a disaster.
San Antonio is literally at the forefront of emergency response.
STRAC, the Southwest Texas Regional Advisory Council, they helped coordinate today's simulation, and the San Antonio Fire Department, they played a huge role.
What we're going to simulate today is basically a large plane going down with about 100 occupants or souls on board.
there are various tools to respond accordingly to a possible plane crash.
We have infrared vision on these fire trucks, the foam trucks, so they can see through smoke.
One of the biggest tests today, communication between our first responders.
We're able to communicate well, that we would be able to move these patients in the correct way, mitigate the disaster.
These tests take months to coordinate, but they are of the utmost importance.
We need to see how we perform. We need to make sure that our procedures are good and that we're giving the best performance out here today.
The airport has its own fire station, and here's the thing, by FAA regulations, it needs to be operating 24/7.
The emergency response system here is up to the task of dealing with major situations like this.
The fire was extinguished, the actors moved properly, and the communications appeared crisp. All in an effort to train for something that hopefully never comes to fruition.
Hopefully, if we test it, it won't happen.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Still to come here on the news at 6, a focus on the future. We are continuing our special Know My Neighborhood coverage with a look at how athletics at Kennedy High School is about more than just the game. Stick around. Earlier in the show, we told you about why we are here, why we have taken this broadcast on the road for KSAT's new project called Know My Neighborhood, starting here in the city's west side with Westwood Square. It's the first of many to come, and some of the stories that we are highlighting are the people who live here, who is growing up here, and who is coming back.
Yeah, KSAT Sports' Mary Rominger actually went to Kennedy High School and talked to coaches and athletes, where the big focus there is on the future.
If you really want to get to know the neighborhood, you got to get to know the people that grow up and live here.
Planted just south of Westwood Square is Edgewood Memorial Stadium, home to the John F. Kennedy Rockets. The high school was founded in 1963, coinciding with the assassination of President JFK. What has transpired since is best described as a community rich with culture, pride, and tradition.
Blue collar neighborhood, we're tough. We're tough individuals or community-wise, It's going to take a lot to knock us down.
Ben Benavides, a product of the Edgewood School District, now turned athletic director, has emphasized bringing in homegrown personnel who can provide the next generation of athletes tools to excel.
Gear and equipment is cool and everything, but it's more big than football, you know what I mean? It's more than life to it. So I'd rather get a good lesson from the coach for my future in my life.
In recent years, Kennedy has stepped up its recruiting efforts to help put its athletes on the map, and it's paying off. Last year, the Rockets had 8 student athletes, including 4 girls, go on to play at the college level. That alone is something Vanessa Nunez, who heads the Kennedy girls soccer team, says is both admirable and inspiring.
You don't really see a lot of girls have the commitment or want to go out of the community and play at the next level because maybe of the traditions that they may have or just the customs that they have as a family.
Knowing a lot of people who didn't really make it out really farther, so it's it is very important to me to go out there or be able to just to do anything or even graduate and go to college or university.
But the people of this community say that bringing those successes back into the West Side is what pushes the area forward.
Being new to San Antonio, I wear my Kennedy shirt everywhere I go, and everywhere I've been in San Antonio, I run into people who've graduated from Kennedy. And so you get the sense that the Kennedy High School itself has roots that branch out throughout the entire 210, and there is an immense sense of pride that everybody that graduated Kennedy, they carry with them.
And that is just a taste of what we have learned about Westwood Square so far. We are just getting started sharing the stories of this community. Still so much more ahead here at 6.
Yeah, and we're going to throw it to Adam Caskey right now for the weathercast. But I'm going to tell you, Adam, I need to rethink the fact that we decided to do Tacos El Rey for our live shot, because I should have probably eaten before I got here, because the food smells great inside this restaurant. That's all I've got to tell you right now.
Hey, stuff yourself, silly, and enjoy is all I can say. And bring some back if you can, of course. Anyway, looking at our weather, it's not going to be as cool in the mornings starting tomorrow. A warming trend is on the way. Afternoons are going to be record challenging for a few days, and then a slight chance of rain. Let's get right to this evening. In just a few hours, 8 o'clock, 70 degrees. And then we get to 10 o'clock, 66. Notice that temperature not dropping off as quickly and drastically as the past few nights. And even a hint of humidity after midnight, but it's going to be brief. Tomorrow morning, upper 50s around Bexar County and San Antonio. Some mid 50s off to the northwest. Bandera 55 along with Bernie, Bulverde 55 for the morning low, but not the 40s we've been talking about. By the afternoon, we're up to 89 degrees tomorrow. A lot of sunshine. Morning temperatures back to near average, but afternoons above average. 90 on the south side tomorrow. Port SA, west side 89 the high. Floresville 90 and Bandera 89. Check out our temperature trend for afternoons. 94 on Friday, 93 on Saturday. Those would be record high temperatures for both of those days. Clear sky across the Lone Star State. Actually, we do have a weak cold front moving into North Texas. I don't want to focus on this so much because it's not going to bring us any cooler temperatures. It's just going to reinforce our dry air and lack of humidity. Ahead of it, a hint of mugginess around sunrise tomorrow, and then it sweeps it all away. We're watching Hurricane Norma and particularly its remnants. This is going to be heading northward toward the Baja Peninsula, stall out a little bit near western Mexico early next week. Then the leftovers of it head toward us at some point Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. Still some uncertainty as to when those remnants will be picked up and exactly where over Texas will have the best energy and moisture. Coming up at 6:45, I'll show you the overall rainfall potential from the latest computer models, and especially the one I think is the most reliable. Otherwise, right now we're just looking at slight chances of rain. We're talking 10% Monday, 20% on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're up to 30% chance. We talked about the temperatures. Those mornings are back up to 70 next week, afternoons in the 80s, and you'll notice the humidity starting on Monday. So this fall-like feel, it's going away for now.
All right, thank you, Adam. So coming up in sports, the Spurs will host the Rockets tonight and some more preseason action. Doug McDermott is all about the Spurs' good vibes during this preseason. And in high school football, the champion Chargers will host Smithson Valley in a huge district football game. Coming up.
I mean, you're never glad to get away from home, but we have played better on the road.
And Dusty Baker hopes the Astros' road success this season continues tonight in Arlington in Big Board Sports. Kelvin Johnson and the Spurs will host the Houston Rockets tonight to close out their two-game preseason series with their Southwest Division rival. The Rockets won Monday night 99-89. Wemby, Devin, and Trey all sat out Monday for rest. All three are good to go tonight. 31-year-old Doug McDermott says this season's vibe is awesome.
Yeah, I would say a lot more fun. Obviously having this place helps a lot, coming here every day, but just the overall mood, everyone's excited. All these young guys have gotten a lot better this summer. You can tell that they've been working, and adding Victor to the mix makes it a lot more exciting.
Manu and Tim are both at morning shoot around, and here they are talking to GM Brian Wright and assistant coach Brett Brown. The Rockets will play at the Spurs tonight at 7. Highlights on the Night Beat. Our BGC game of the week will see the Smithson Valley Rangers at the Bernie champion Chargers in a District 12 5A1 showdown. Now, we previewed the Rangers at 5 p.m. Now it's time to highlight the Chargers, who are number 8 in 12's top 12. Champion is 6-1 overall and 3-1 in district. The Chargers are coming off their first loss of the season, falling to Wagner 34-21. The Rangers are also 6-1, but first in district with a perfect 4-0 mark. Champion needs to win this game on Friday night.
Yes, it's a very, very big game. We have a chance to win the district championship. That was our goal at the beginning of the season, and we have an opportunity in front of us right now.
Oh, it's the most important for sure, because this is it's us, Wagner, Smithson Valley district championship. So we have to show out to win our district championship, get ourselves another home game.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we're talking, possible district championship for this game, and so we know it, our kids know it, and we're excited for the opportunity.
Smithson Valley at Bernie Champion is our big game Friday night at 7 at Bernie ISD Stadium. The Rangers lead the all-time series 1-0, beating the Chargers last season. After taking games 1 and 2 in Houston, the Texas Rangers are ready to host games 3, 4, and maybe 5 in Arlington. They lead this best-of-7 series 2-0. The defending world champion Houston Astros, will fight to the very end. Tonight, they'll have to face Rangers righty Max Scherzer, who's back after missing the last month with a right shoulder strain.
Yeah, just trying to get back into the flow of things and, just get my routines and, I get the pitch. I'm thrilled about that. So, one opportunity, go out there and get the pitch in the ALCS. So, this is what you dream of.
I've been on all kind of scenarios. I've been up 2-0 and lost. I've been down 2-0 and won. I've been down as a player 3 games, back with 3 games to go, and we tied it up. So it's like, I'm not going to give it to them yet.
Right, you just never know. First pitch is tonight at 7:03 from Globe Life Field in Arlington. And coming up after the break, Steve and Myra will continue their live coverage from Westwood Square for this special Know by Neighborhood newscast.